Everybody, welcome back, you guys. So this is post intro of the video, meaning I'm filming this after I actually made the video. I accidentally deleted my intro, so I had to film another one. So long story short, thank you guys for checking out the channel. Enjoy the video. Please smash thumbs up. It helps out so much. The Cum Daddy is alive, running good. Everything worked out. At the end of the video, comment. Let me know how you guys feel about the video. Questions, anything like that. Drop it down below in the comments, and make sure you smash that thumbs up and tear it up, okay? Thank you guys so much for checking. All right, y'all, so first things first is we are going to be draining the coolant on the truck. In order to change the water pump, it is highly recommended that you drain the coolant, because if you don't, when you take the water pump out the block, you're probably going to pour out half of your coolant in your entire system. So we're going to drain the coolant. I just took the cap off. Come down here, there's a pepcock down here. Where's it at? That guy right there. Twist that to the left and pull out at the same time, and then you'll start draining your coolant. We got the two buckets right there. Nothing new. While the coolant's draining, I'm gonna go ahead and take off the fan shroud. The fan shroud. They're gonna be 13 mil bolts. So you got one here. You got one down there, right there, and then you got two underneath your truck. Take those four out, and you basically slide the shroud in front of the fan and pull it out. You also gotta disconnect your fan clutch. Plug, and then there's a 10 mil bolt that holds it on underneath. Do all that, take her out, and then you'll be ready to roll in terms of accessing the water pump and the tensioner. Okay, all right, so we got the little pepcock draining, as y'all can see. So she's draining, getting that done. Make sure you take the radiator cap off so she can flow a little better. So we come down here, and what we have down there is our water pump. Now I want to show you guys something real quick. Now what I want to show you guys is why you don't procrastinate with your water pump. Check this out. She bad. She gone. So you can see what happened is water pump bushing went out. Freaking belt jumped off, because obviously that's bad. Like, you know, the pulley on the water pump. Bushing went out. Belt jumped off. Popped the belt wrapped up around the bottom crank pulley, messed it up. One thing what we're also going to be changing out while we're here is that cable tensioner right there. I got a brand new Gates cable tensioner. This one is the OEM original one. There's only one bolt that holds it on, so it's time. That's good. So over here we got all the new stuff for y'all to check out. So we got brand new crankshaft sensor in here, Mopar only. Hey, listen, folks, when you're doing stuff like this, I highly recommend, when it comes to electronic parts like this, even hard parts like pulleys and stuff, I highly recommend to go OEM, whether it's, you know, Mopar, Cummins, you know, for the Fords, you got, I don't even remember what it's called now, AC Delco for Chevy, GM dudes. Like, you can't go wrong with the OEM stuff. That, and a lot of times they warrant their parts most of the time for the lifetime of having it. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Right here we got a replacement belt from PPE. I actually ordered this off of XDP just because they were closer to me than PPE. PPE is based out of California, XDP is based out of Jersey, so this got to me in like 2 days. This is not a OEM belt. This is a belt for a PPE specific dual fueler kit, but this is a Gates belt. I don't know if you guys can kind of see that. Yeah, whatever, I ain't gonna try. But it's a Gates belt, okay? That's the same one I had the first time I popped. And then right here, we have a, now, again, like I said, going with OEM, unless there's a brand out there just as good or better, this is a Gates tensioner, okay? I bought this on eBay. It was like 84 bucks, made in Canada. I know some people get a funny hair in their butt cheeks about buying Canadian diesel parts or whatever, but I was trying to show you, that's the part number 2, by the way, if you're curious. I was trying to show you the Gates logo. Comes with instructions, which, I mean, don't really need them, but I read them though, just to make sure there was nothing funny in there. And it comes with a brand new bolt, okay? So we got that, we got the belt here. So what's gonna happen is, in order to change the water pump, it's gonna be hard to have my camera in there, but to change the water pump is very simple. If you look down in there, okay, you see that? That's going to be that little bolt, the bolt to the left. As soon as my camera wants to focus. All right, see that bolt to the left? You take that one out, and then there's going to be one right down there. That guy right there. You take that guy out. I believe those are going to be either a 10 mil or a 8 mil. I think they're 10s though. Take those two out, and then crap, just pull out. You might have to get a mallet and kind of smack it, but you just pull straight out the water pump. And when you pull the water pump out, there is going to be a fat seal back there. Make sure that seal comes out. If the seal's not there, it's either melted or gone, or someone never installed it, but you would know because it would be leaking everywhere. Okay, but when we get closer to that time, I'll get you guys looking back at it here again. And then you can see for the tensioner, the only bolt holding it is that bolt right there. Okay, so I'm probably gonna start with the tensioner first, just because we're still draining coolant, and I don't want to take that pump off before all the coolant's out. Another thing I forgot to mention too is when I go to the parts store, I'm gonna see if I can get a new one of these elbows right here. Apparently my buddy Mike was telling me you can get these from the parts store super cheap. They're very generic. This one, if you look, that red stuff right there, god damn it, focus, that red stuff around the standpipe, that's coolant. Okay, that's hot coolant that came out of there. So I think this fitting is starting to come out. So since we're draining the coolant, might as well take that clamp off, take that fitting off, and take it to the store, see if we can get a replacement one, because it's that time, you know what I'm saying? So we got some good stuff going on, y'all. And then we'll actually be able to, I have yet to been able to drive and enjoy the truck since I put the sound system in. But y'all, I'm so motivated and so hardcore. I washed the truck like 3 or 4 days ago, and it wasn't even drivable. I washed it just because it was so filthy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I cleaned it up nice and good, man. Tried out some new tire shine from Renegade Products. It was actually really nice. Oh yeah. Telling y'all, man, if y'all want that in-depth how to do video, how to get your truck looking right, I'm telling y'all, I'll do it. I'll do it. If we get what, this video gets 350 likes, I'll make a full 29-30 minute video talking in depth, showing everything, how I detail my truck, products I use. I'll have all the links in the videos and stuff like that. Okay. All right, so went ahead, took off the old tensioner. Man, this thing looks like it's seen better days. Like, when I held this one compared to the new one, the Gates one feels so much more heavier and dense. I'm not saying that this one was bad. I think this is original, I'm pretty sure. I'm not saying that this one is a bad one. I'm just saying it did its job. It served its purpose. If I grab, so when you get a brand new one, if you grab it and try to rotate it, it's like damn near impossible because there's spring tension in there. I was able to slightly turn this one just by hand, which isn't much. And then also I took the old bolt out with it, so Gates provided a brand new belt, which is nice. Or not belt, brand new bolt. So come over here, and it's, for me on my truck, it's easier if I changed it from the bottom, because I can actually like sit up underneath my truck. But you come down here, you can see she's in there, nice and shiny. Took all of 10 minutes, if that shit. It actually took 5 minutes. Bolt torque, that bolt right there torques down to 50 foot-pounds. And then you can't mess that up installing it, you guys, I'm telling you, because there's show y'all real quick. So on the back side of the tensioner, there's a dowel, a little dowel sticking out. That little dowel right there, you just line that up with the dowel on the engine block, or the hole on the engine block, and that's the way it sits. And then you just run the bolt down, torque it down, all done. Now we're gonna go ahead, take off these 2 bolts for the water pump and get this water pump out. Last time I changed this water pump, the first one I took off was stuck to the block, like it corroded to the block. So when I finally got it freed, this one I cleaned up the surface and I put anti-seize on the bolts and on the surface of the water pump. So hopefully this comes out nice and easy. We'll find out though. All right, you guys, just like that, 10 minutes later, we have the old water pump out. You can actually see, you see that silver stuff? That's actually some of the leftover anti-seize. So you can do it if you want to, but I recommend putting anti-seize on this, because if this is rusted up to the block of the engine, it is a pain in the ass to take out. My last one I took out took me about an hour to change, because it can't do that. Another thing, while we're looking at it, check this out. Ain't supposed to do that. This thing is shot with a capital S, y'all. I think I got maybe 30,000 miles out of it. Now, one thing you guys might be asking, or before you jump down in the comments, you guys are like, you guys might be saying, bro, upgrade your water pump, get a Get one from Geno's, or just spend the extra money, get the Mopar one, which I 100% agree with. It's just right now, I don't feel like dropping $200 something on the water pump. This one, I had it on here, it worked 100% fine. No issues, excellent cooling ability. It's just it didn't last as long as you would want it to. And on top of that, well, I ain't gonna spend $200 right now if I can just take this to the parts store, give it to them, they give me another one. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But so we got the pump out, old tensioner off. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the parts store, Advanced Auto, take this over there to them, show it to them. They'll give me a new one. Come back, put it on. Once we put that on, we'll jump down. Actually, you know, we'll do the crankshaft sensor right now since we're already working and stuff. That way, when we get back from the store, only thing I got to do is put the new belt on, which I'm not looking forward to because it kind of sucks putting these belts on. If you leave the fan shroud on, or if you leave the fan on, you might. That's another thing you might be asking. Well, why didn't you just take the whole fan clutch out? It's way easier to access in there with the fan clutch out and stuff. It is, but for those of y'all that watch when I installed that dual fueler, it was a struggle bus trying to get that sucker off. I never got the fan clutch to come off the housing. That nut is on there good. So that's one of those things where it's like, when it happens, pay someone, they let them have fun at it. Cause I spent probably almost a week trying to get that bitch fucking undone. So yeah, let's get underneath. I'm gonna show you guys a crankshaft sensor. Super easy, simple job. We're gonna swap it out and then we'll be on our way. Alright you guys, I got y'all on max zoom, okay? Now just to zoom out a little bit so you get some orientation, we're underneath the truck. Right here is the crankshaft pulley, or your harmonic balancer, whatever you want to call it. Okay, now if you zoom in on the driver's side of that pulley, so here's my steering gearbox, okay, you see the red head. Right up here is your crankshaft sensor. This is the best view you guys are going to get without me having someone else to do the camera. So what you have here is a clip, the little red tab, you push it up, I already did, and then you just, you know, a typical connector, you take it off, slide it backwards, get it out the way. Oh man. Slide it back. Okay, so she's out the way now. And then on the inside, it's going to be an Allen screw. Okay, I don't know what size, but I'm going to find out here in a little bit. All right, you guys. So I figured I wasn't doing no good. So what we're looking at right here is your crankshaft, your crankshaft sensor. Okay, or crankshaft position sensor to be correct, or technically correct. Okay, so that's it right there. You can see the crankshafts here. There, take the plug off of it, and then see if I can get you guys to see it. There is a Allen screw right there, and I'm actually about to take mine off because it's time for it to come off. So I put my fingers in here. I broke it loose with an Allen screw. Now I'm just finishing it off. So got that out. Okay, got that. So once you do that, you just go ahead and pull her back like that, and she's free. Oh yeah, she tore up. That belt did a number on her. Godly. I'm pretty sure I left a piece up there. So let me get that out. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. You guys weren't even looking. Sorry about that. Yeah. So you can see this is what it looks like right now. Make sure you just make sure it's clean surface. You know. Man, good God have mercy. I don't even know where the rest of it went. It might have went. There's some leftover plastic here. So there. Let me try to see if I can find the rest of the plastic. Alright, you guys, well, there's Old Faithful, and then there's the new one. You guys curious about the part number? Bada boom, 2872277. This is an original Mopar one. Genuine. I highly recommend not using the knockoff. You can get a Chinese one for like $10 on eBay, but highly recommend using the OEM one when it comes to something like this. Okay, that way you're not down here changing it again. This costs like 22 bucks online. So yeah, so now you just go ahead and put it back in reverse from what you did, and that's it. Just like that, she is fully installed. Yes, it's supposed to sit that close to the crank. It creates a magnetic field, that way it can sense the position. Connectors back in, tabs in, all that good stuff. So this is done. Super, 10-minute job. Very simple. It kind of sucks loosening the Allen screw a little bit, but I was able to get mine loose enough to where I can take it off by hand. So, all right, so we got this done, and then we'll go back up top and take this stuff to the parts store so we can go ahead and get a new water pump. All right, you guys, so we got the new battery now. We just here at Advanced Auto. I come here all the time. These dudes are awesome. I actually know the store manager. He wanted to, for the longest, he wanted me to work here just because I always came here and I always chat with him. But we had a little issue trying to locate my water pump transaction for the warranty claim, but I finally found it. So we got the new pump. We got a new water pump right here. Gonna go back and install this. And then we also got the new gasket right there. So we are Gucci galore. We're about to head back. Yes, I'm inside the Impala right now. One more thing too, I did take off that elbow for the coolant coming from the heater core going to the engine block. I took that off. I'm gonna be getting I gotta find where I can get it from. They didn't have it here, so I got a part number referencing it off the forums online where somebody found it at. So I'm gonna do a little Google research, see where I can find that. The one I took off is definitely busted, so I want to get that changed now. Since I have the coolant drain, it's the perfect time to change that little elbow out. That way I don't have to worry about it leaking anymore. But yeah, man, I'm telling you guys, I get a lot of messages in terms of people asking, like, what's the issue? Or they say, this is my problem, or I'm experiencing this, or hey, have you ever seen this or heard this, or you know what I'm saying? And the way I came about my knowledge is not from, I'm not gonna say asking people all the time, because every now and then I'll ask, buddies and stuff like that. The knowledge came from me researching, you know what I'm saying? The forums. If you own a truck, one of these trucks, Power Stroke, Duramax, Cummins, you gotta be on the forums, you guys. Like, that's where your knowledge is. Now I do know it can get a little crazy because, especially I've been on the Cummins forum since I bought my truck. I'm not a member. I only go on there just to find information because some of the dudes on there, it gets a little reckless sometimes, but it has a lot of good information. I mean, all my torque specs, when I'm doing jobs on the truck, I get them off the forums. Every now and then I'll find like an actual website that has the official torque specs and stuff. But I mean, you got dudes on there with 30 plus years of experience, you know what I'm saying, helping us out, and it's free. It's free. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with when you get your check engine light codes. You get a P1509 or a P some bullshit code. Put no crap. All you gotta do is put 6.7, 5.9 Cummins. Put the error code, and on Google hit enter, and I guarantee you the first 3 results are going to be on a link to a forum where they discuss and talk about that actual error code and what they did to fix it for them. Okay, so just a little 2 cents, help you guys out there. Like I said, people message me all the time asking me about questions about their truck and stuff, and I try to help people out as much as I can. But just a little background in terms of where my knowledge came from. Where did I acquire my knowledge from? You know what I'm saying? Word of mouth, forums, researching online, reading on pages and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I got buddies that, in the diesel game and stuff. I pick their brains just to see what they got, what they know, and, I just want to know, you know what I'm saying? So all that type of stuff works. So we're heading back to the crib now. We're going to slap this water pump in, and hopefully we'll have her running by the end of today, okay? All right, so we're back at the crib now. So we got water pump, put a little anti-seize, or not anti-seize, actually, yeah, anti-seize. What am I doing? What was I saying? Put some anti-seize around it, and then I put a little bit on the bolts. You don't have to do this. I do this just because the first time I took the water pump off this truck, it was a horrible experience, and I don't ever want to relive that again. The last one I just took off today came off like it's supposed to. Once you take the bolts off, it just lifts out. So that's what I do now. You don't have to do it, but I do it. Got a little pet, a little Vaseline, and I just put a little bit on the O-ring to kind of keep it in place while I put the water pump back in there. When you go to install a water pump, your weep hole right there will be facing down. Okay, so it's gonna be like, it'll pretty much be like this. God damn, I wasn't even showing y'all. It'll be like this in the engine block, if that makes sense. Do not install it like that. I don't even know if it'll let you install it like that, but just if you never did it before. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this sucker mounted. Okay, so water pump is installed right there. You can see it nice and clean. Got the mount bolts in. So I mean, this is one of the big reasons why I own a Cummins. Like, changing your water pump on this truck is if you're taking your sweet time, it's a under an hour job. I mean, it's so easy to do stuff on this truck. You know, granted, on my truck specifically, it's a little harder because I got, instead of 1 turbo, 2, so it's a little tighter over here, and then you got an injection pump. So, but on a regular, just a bone stock truck, it's like so easy to work on these things, man. My God. So the water pump's in. It took all of 2 minutes. If you're curious, the torque for the mount bolts it's like 18 foot-pounds. That's the torque. I didn't torque it. When I put mine on, I just snug them down, get it real, or I tighten them down. You can actually see where some of the anti-seize kind of sandwiched out from the seam. But very simple job. So we got a brand new water pump, brand new belt tensioner. The last thing we gotta do now is get, well, 2 more things. We gotta get the belt, put the belt on, and then I already took off that fitting back there, the one I was telling y'all about. I took that guy off there, so I gotta get a new one of those, but I haven't got that yet. So this guy, I mean, it's kind of crappy taking it off because the plastic was all crackling and making sounds and stuff. So gonna get a new one of these bad boys, and then we should be good. All right, for those of y'all that are curious, this is the part number. Oh, there we go. It's orange, but it looks brown on the camera. That's weird. This is the part number for it, right here. Let y'all see that. 800416. Okay, that is the part number for this elbow. Apparently it's kind of hard for people to figure this out or find it. I had to do a little digging on the internet to find out the part number for this, because I don't even know what this is called. So, but that's it. I'm gonna go ahead. It's very, very straightforward. You know, you just plug it back in and then connect it. You can't even see the damn the hose back there. You just plug it in. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then top her off with coolant, and we are officially done with this job. Well, she's running. Got to top off the coolant. Yep. Go ahead and add some coolant real quick. Get back with y'all. All right, you guys. So she's all good. She's running. It was an easy job. It took a lot longer than I expected it to. Just running to the parts store, etc. So she's good. She's ready now. I can finally drive her. So, man of my word, like I said. So what that means is, what that comes with is, be on the lookout for a burnout video, okay? She's back on the road now, belts, everything situated with that. Finally, you know, lessons to be learned from this video. If you see something's about to go out, change that one thing or whatever needs to be changed in accordance with it, okay? Don't wait, don't put it on the back burner like I did. Learn from my mistakes. Don't be that guy or gal. But thank you guys so much for checking out the video. That's gonna do it for today. Again, smash the thumbs up button. It helps out so much. You guys don't understand. I'm gonna let her keep idling and warming up. And until next time, you guys, take it easy, be safe. Thanks for checking out, and I'll see you guys again later.